Good morning to my 1,234 YouTube channel subscribers. Hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend and your Saturday is going well. And and the weather is nice in your area. It's a beautiful day in Central Illinois. Excuse me as I cut through the forest once again on my walk to the bike trail. Today is I'm going to talk about the walk and talk is going to be about 60-hour fasting with eating no food for 60 hours and only drinking water. And what health benefits does that have, and why would I want to do that? So the last meal I ate last night was I had a blender treat, which was basically light ice cream with I believe the light ice cream has less sugar in it, and but that's the only unhealthy thing that I eat. But I do it in the winter time on occasion with the blenders. So I took light ice cream. I took flaxseed, peanut butter, frozen strawberries, and bananas. And I put in some fresh picked green vegetables from my garden, some almond milk, and I believe that's it. And I blended that up and I drank that. It was so good. And then I had another fresh garden salad and some other vegetables I got from the farmers market last week. And then I got also put in let's see, some sesame seeds and some poppy seed dressing. And so I finished eating that. I believe it was 7 o'clock last night, 7 p.m. So 60 hours would be Monday morning at 7 a.m. So that's my goal, is to not eat any food and fast from Friday evening at 7 p.m. to Monday at 7 a.m. Now I've done this. I fasted 60 hours before. I would say, let's see, maybe about 20 or 30 different times in my when I was around, I would say about 25 years old. And so I'm currently 48 now. And the longest fasting I've done since then is maybe a 18-hour fast. So this is going to be a real challenge. From what I remember, from over 20 years ago when I did a 60-hour fast, the first 24 hours, you started feeling a little hunger pains, and oddly enough, after that, you really didn't even, it's really not even that difficult. So I'm gonna see, I'm already starting to get a little hungry now, and it's only been, let's see, I don't know how many hours, so from 7, and it's almost noon now, so from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., that'd be 12 hours. And then, so it's been 17 hours now. So I'm 17 hours in to my 60-hour fast. And, but I Google searched, I said, what health benefits does a 60-hour fast have? And it has all kinds of health benefits. Um, so blood sugar levels, glucose levels, diseases, damaged cells, weight loss. Um, it has a lot of definitely a lot of health benefits to it. And so yeah, I'm exercising. I'm just gonna do some light exercising today. I worked on my yard a little bit this morning. Well, I woke up early at 6 a.m. and I worked on eBay for a few hours and got my orders packaged up, and I got them ready to mail out. And so now I'm taking a walk on the bike trail, and I'm debating if I'm going to walk half the bike trail, or am I going to go all the way around the bike trail and Dreamland Park, which me and my friend, we walked it the other day, and she had her the tracker on it, whatever it's called, the step counter, and it said, I think it was like 3.7 miles from my house down the bike trail and back. And so we could basically just say 4 miles, you know. So basically about 4 miles, 3.7 miles. If you want to round up, you can. So I'm debating if I'm gonna do that. But when I get back to the house, I'm gonna grab my stuff and go to the gym. And the post office is right next to the gym, and that's where I dropped my eBay orders off at. And so I want to get there before 12:30 and get the packages delivered. And then I also, at the gym, I always throw my garbage away there, which is only like a small Walmart bag of garbage, because I live by myself and I don't waste a lot of, I don't have a lot of waste. And so I don't really never have much garbage. And so I throw my garbage there. I'll deliver my eBay packages to the post office. And then I'm not gonna lift no weights today. I might walk on the treadmill for 10, 15 minutes. I'm not gonna really overdo myself because I don't want to get too much of a hunger up. And then after that, I'll take a nice hot shower, and then come home and probably work on some eBay some more, just to do some relaxing. It might get another walk in. So the benefits of fasting, when you don't eat for 60 hours, your body starts eating up all your fat cells. So it's gonna take a lot of your body fat off. And and it will also lose a little bit of muscle, but I think I have enough muscle to, it's gonna burn more body fat than anything. So that's a good thing. And but it's just for overall health. And I have some hypertension, high blood pressure. Let's see what else. And I had some tingling in my back. I don't know if it's from cold chills or what it was this last week, but I went and got blood tests for like 5-6 days ago. And I go back to the doctor on the 3rd to see about that. So anyways, I was like, let me just go ahead and do what I can for my own health. So, because I already eat super healthy. I would say my diet is 95% healthy. And really the most unhealthiest thing that I have right now is the ice cream. And you know what, out of 12 months of the year, I might buy ice cream maybe two or 3 months, just the hottest months. And then so besides ice cream, let's see, the most unhealthiest food after that might be peanut butter, but peanut butter is pretty good for you, and I only use the all natural peanut butter with like 1-2 ingredients. So I eat really healthy and I exercise every day. And so that's what I'm trying to do, because I'm on 25 milligrams of potassium something or another medication for my blood pressure, which is the lowest dose you could get. And I went to the doctor about 13-14 months ago, and I went in there because I had excessive earwax build up in my ear, and they had to remove it. It's an ongoing problem that I have every few years. And so I went in there, and he was like, oh, you got high blood pressure. And then they took some blood tests, and they said I had low magnesium, low potassium, and high cholesterol. And the doctor said that I need to change my diet and give up red meat and sugar and everything else that he suggested the diet. And so for 13-14 months straight, I've been on that diet. I would say I slipped up maybe 3 times and had red meat in the last 14 months, but I haven't had red meat in like 6 months. The last time I had red meat, my friend made pork, and they advertised pork as the other white meat. And I thought pork was white meat, and no, it's not, it's red meat. And I don't even really like pork chops. I never buy pork chops in my life, but my friend made them. And so then I Googled that, see that was red meat, cut that out. But historically, my my bad food weaknesses would be donuts and pizza, but I haven't had donuts and pizza for over a year either. And before I had high blood pressure, now I did eat a lot of red meat. I was eating steaks every day, or the Angus was 100% Angus hamburger patties that was pre-made. I ate a lot of that, and before that, I lived on ramen noodles, summer sauces, and chili, and chips. And so I did have a pretty unhealthy diet for the longest time. So I understood why I would have high blood pressure. However, now that I have been eating 100% healthy, and I exercise every day. So now, because here's the thing. See, the typical American, when they get diagnosed with high blood pressure, the doctor says stop eating red meat, they don't listen one bit. Okay, they just keep eating like they want, and then their medicine gets increased. Then they get on another medicine. Then they get on another medicine. But me, I'm anti prescription medication, and I'm anti-surgery. I don't. Both of them, it had to be a life. It had to be a life. It had to be like really near death before I would say, okay, yeah, I want some medication or surgery. Just because every pill you take, every prescription medication you take is poison, they all have side effects. So, for instance, I'm taking blood pressure medication, but the blood pressure medication has so many side effects, so it might lower your blood pressure. But here's the thing, really, every medication you take is only a Band-Aid, and it don't really fix the core problem. So you let the core problem build up, and then you have a real problem. And if you don't get on medication, and the doctors, would really try to pinpoint, the exact problem. Now, and I did a lot of Google searching, and they say with my earwax that was built up in my ear, that could cause my high blood pressure to go up. Also, if you have any kind of toothache or anything like that, that could cause your blood pressure to go up. If you haven't got new glasses in 5 years, like I haven't, then that could make your blood pressure go up. So it's all these different things. However, I already know 100% what causes my high blood pressure is, because chronic stress. I have been under stress since the day I was born. Like, I'm not even kidding you. And it has not stopped. And last year, I had a 6-month break. It was about 6, 7, 8 months where my finances was good. My health was good. My stress was so low that I couldn't believe how happy I was. And then I went through it's been a whole year that's stressed out. Stress, nonstop stress. And so now, back to the health problems. So really, I need to work on my core issues. And that's my stress level, keeping my stress down. That's the most important thing to me. And stay away from people that stress me, stay out of stressful situations, make better decisions and choices. But then also, which I always have, I've done before I even knew I was doing it, was have a positive stress outlet for your stress. And so my outlet is exercise, okay? And sometimes I would be so stressed out that I would literally work out for 4 hours a day. When I'm really extremely stressed, I will walk 3-4 different parks. I'll go to the gym and lift weights for hours. But however, I have a hernia in my groin, and so now I'm limited. I can't go in there and squat 335 pounds. I can't deadlift 335 pounds. I can't bench press 275 pounds trying to reduce my stress, because I can't put that much pressure on my hernia. So I can only lift light weights, and I can't really push myself physically at 48 like I used to be able to up until I would say 45 or whatever it was, So this is a whole new thing where I have to manage my stress other ways, and And so gardening really helps out. Prayer and meditation really helps out with my stress, keeping my stress down. And so I've been trying to focus at walking. Like I'm walking right now in nature, very much keeps my stress down. And also, what I really been noticing too is I have to really be careful of the people that I associate with, which I've been knowing that's a natural progression of age. Is that the older you get, the less people you have around you. And because when I was younger, I literally had I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of friends of associates that I talked to every single day. And I can handle that when I was younger. However, when I'm older now, it's like I could only allow certain people access to me where they could call me and message me. I just had somebody text me on Facebook. They're not even my Facebook friends, talking about some other stuff, stressed me the heck out. And I was like, I just told them, because I Google searched, I said, how do you deal with people that stressing you out? And Google told me it's 3 things you do. 1, communicate effectively with them. 2, be honest with them, communicate effectively, and then set boundaries, okay? And so I just told that person, like, look, that stresses me out. I don't want to talk about that stuff. I don't think about my past. Don't bring it up to me. And so that's the boundary. And so if that person messages me again with the same thing, then I'll just block them and not even feel bad about it. Okay. And then I've been a single man for a few years now. And I've talked to different people here and there. But I found out that recently, in this last month or so, when a woman is trying to pressure me into a relationship, or they're just doing things and texting too much, like want all my attention, like they're trying to hog up 40 hours of my week. And I'm like, man, I got bills to pay. I can't afford to spend 40 hours a week texting you. That's crazy to be text all day. I hate texting. I don't like to be on my phone, talking on my phone or texting more than 5 minutes a day. And so I tell them that. And I like to talk in person, if you want to get together in person, that's fine. We could do that. So anyway, so I've really realized to keep my stress down is to limit the people that I interact with, and which is normal. Now, see, here's another thing, right? See, when you get older, like me, 48, I'll be 49 in September, that I know myself a lot better, and I'm getting to know myself better every day. And I know what I like and what I don't like. And I know what I believe in, what I don't believe in. And what makes me happy and what don't make me happy, right? And the people I like to be around, the people I don't like to be around. I know who I am as a person. But as a teenager, you don't really know who you are, especially if your parents ain't involved in your life. And then, because you kind of you kind of model yourself after your parents and everything like that. But so if not, then you start hanging out with all kinds of different type of people because you don't know who you are, So as a teenager and a young adult and as a child, you will associate with anybody and everybody if you don't have a close parent. I had a close parent. My mom was really close. But I would say personally for myself as a male, a boy, a man, that especially boys that don't have a father in their life, even if they got a great mother. My mother was wonderful, an angel. Like, she does unconditional love. I really appreciate that 100%. But however, my dad wasn't around, so I would just associate with all the different type of guys trying to find a male role model and somebody I could look up to and kind of model myself after them. Because a boy, a male, a man cannot use their mother as a role model. You could say, oh, I want to be unconditional loving like my mom. I want to be a good person like my mom. But what about being a man? How could a woman teach a boy how to be a man? She could tell you what kind of men she likes, like my mom did. She said, "Oh, don't start something that you can't finish." She don't like that. So now, whenever I start something, I finish it. And she says, don't give your word if you can't stand on that. You know what I mean? Don't say something you can't do. And so yeah, I have that has influenced me tremendously. However, a boy needs a man as a role model, and without that man in the boy's life, they're gonna search around and try to find that other place. That's what I did. So I associated with a lot of people, and then so but now that I'm older, I keep my circle small, and it keeps my stress way down, because the more people that you interact with, the more different personalities that you interact with, the more stressful it could be, especially if that person is different than you are. Let's say, for me, for instance, I never did drugs in my life. I never did cocaine, crack, heroin, meth. I never took prescription medications. I never did pills. I never did any of that stuff. The strongest drug I ever did was marijuana, and now that's legal. And so anyways, and then when you got or people that's alcoholics, or people that's thieves, or people that does all this other stuff, and you used to maybe associate with them years ago, and then you change, but they're, still have it, it's going to be conflict, and it's going to be stressful. So that's what I've learned as well, and so anyways, so yeah, that's my my 60-hour fast. Oh, this is really nice. I'm at the Dreamland Park now. Here, look at this. So it's a beautiful this is a beautiful walk. I love this walk. Where I'm from, they got some really nice parks. They got Washington Park that's really nice. They got the Lake Memorial Garden that's really nice. They got Southwood Park that's really nice. They have a lot of nice parks. However, I absolutely love the bike trail that leads to this park, and then walk around the park and back to my house, because it's almost 4 miles, and I don't have to spend no gas. I don't have to spend no time in my car driving across town. So I'm saving time, and I'm saving money. So that's a win-win. So I really love this particular walk. And so, but yeah, so that's all about my 60-hour fast, and the reason why I'm doing it, and to hopefully improve my health, and then but also my lifestyle, because I diet and exercise better than as good or better than anybody that I ever known in my whole entire life. I eat more healthier, and I exercise more or just as much as anybody I've ever met in my whole entire lifetime. So my health issues, it's not because of a lack of diet and exercise. Now, a year and a half ago, I could say, yeah, I wasn't exercising all the time, and I wasn't eating healthy. But now that I am, then I want to kind of get the core problem, and I'm seeing what my core problem is chronic stress. So, and I used to, when I was younger, I used to let stress motivate me to make me go harder, work harder, and stuff like that. But now stress, because I realized years ago, stress would either lead to depression or manic behavior. And so when I was younger, it really started into manic behavior. And so I now, knowing yourself, know thyself. That's what Socrates said. And no one's half the battle, is what G.I. Joe said. So that's really important when you're trying to grow and mature as a person, to know yourself. Look at these rain clouds. I don't know if you guys was able to see it, but then back onto the bike trail I go from the park there. Whew. So, oh man, this really feels good. This is a really good walk, and I could feel like I feel my body, I feel my cells eating themselves. Oh, with the sunlight too. That's why I wanted to go on the walk, instead of just doing it at the gym. That's why I prefer walking outside, because when you're outside, you get the sunlight and the fresh air, which is so healthy for you. And so it feels so good. I feel my body working and healing itself right now. It's the cells, the damaged cells are they're getting fixed. It's eating up my fat cells, which I've read over and over again that the majority of the diseases that human has resides in your belly fat. And the more belly fat you have, the more chance you have for chronic diseases. And also humans have three brains. You have one brain in your right up here in your frontal lobe, that's for your advanced thoughts. And then you have another brain in the back of your neck, back here in your stem, and that's for your primal instincts. Okay. Then you have a third brain that's in your belly that controls your mood. So people that's bipolar and stuff like that, they probably got a lot of belly fat. That's just the honest truth. And the people that are more less body fat, they probably have more stable moods and stuff like that. And also the food that you eat, for instance, red meat. If you look at in nature, animals who eat red meat, like lions, tigers, bears, whatever, they have a more aggressive attitude, right? But then if you look at all the animals that don't eat meat, like let's say birds, for instance, birds have a more friendly demeanor. So the food that you eat and that your belly, even for skinny people, as skinny people, if they're processing through whatever they're processing through their stomach, it directly controls their mood. And it also can control, I've read a few articles where it says your sexual impulses is also controlled by your food and all that. It is so. And then especially if people's eating a lot of processed food, and if you look at the back of the label and it got 100 different ingredients, and half of them you can't pronounce, you don't know what the heck it is. You don't even know what you're putting in your belly. You don't know what that's doing to your mood and everything like that. But we've been taught and brainwashed to make food the most important thing. It's advertised everywhere. Eat, eat, and that's eat 3 square meals a day and all that. We've been programmed to do that. But and by nature, if you like, let's say if you went back a couple hundred years ago, people didn't eat every day. You know what I mean? People wouldn't eat every day. Especially when they started living in like bigger cities and stuff like that. But so I just don't think it's healthy to eat every day. Anyways, especially all this fast food, processed food, potato chips, soda, candy, all that crap, all them boxed foods and all that, that's definitely super unhealthy for you. So anyways, I think I'm gonna go ahead and close this walk and talk. I'm about halfway finished with my walk now, just passing the bridge here. And then so I'm gonna go home and get my gym bag, head to the gym, shower, and then I plan on when I get home, and instead of having dinner or lunch, I'm gonna read the Bible, and I'm going to read Genesis chapter 1, and I'm gonna upload that to my YouTube, and I'm hoping you guys will follow along, and I'm gonna read the Bible, and I plan on reading the Bible. I've already read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation one time, and then I'm reading it again for the second time, and I'm I would say maybe halfway through, maybe not all the way halfway. I think Samuel 2 or the book after Samuel. However, the stress that I went through, it kind of got to me. It kind of made me start being judgmental and negative and stuff. And I kind of fell back, even though I should have kept going with it. But I kind of like had to fall back and recenter myself and try to get back to where I was at before all the stress and stuff happened. And so, but anyhow, so I'm going to go ahead and start over and start at Genesis 1 and just upload that. And I'm hoping that within a year, because The first time I read the Bible, it took me a year to do so. And so I would really like to read the whole Bible and upload the whole Bible to my YouTube channel. And so we can kind of study it together. And I would love to grow, you know, a community of, you know, fellowship on my YouTube channel. And, you know, along with all my other hobbies and stuff. I know some people, they make 10 different YouTube channels for each one of their interests, like gardening, baseball cards, church, the Bible, all that different stuff. People try to make different YouTube channels, but I just like to go ahead and share all my different hobbies and all that type stuff. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'll do another post later this evening after I shower, and I'll upload the Genesis 1. So hope you guys have a wonderful day. Talk to you later.